Hi guys, I'm Maria Brown, welcome back. Well, today we're going to refinish some seat cushions. Come on, let me show you how.
Stay so much more than what I bargained for. Oh, you know it's so good. This tastes like every day should.
I bought enough of this fabric to refinish the chairs to my outdoor dining table. So I have two types of chairs out here. They look very similar. Last year I spray painted these. They used to be black and the other ones were always gray. So I wanted them all to match. But the point that I want to make here is that the cushions are a little bit different. These are rounded, more of a drop-in cushion, and the ones for these chairs just sit right on top. So I'm going to finish the corner off a little bit differently on these because it's rounded. Here's the fabric I'm going to use. This is 1/2 of a yard, and I'm going to cut this in half. This will cover 2 cushions. Okay, so here's one of them. Several years ago, I put this outdoor fabric over the original cushions because they were so old, and it's time to change this now. So I'm just using a screwdriver. I'm taking the staples out that I put in them before, and I'm gonna get right back down to the original cushion, and then I'm going to refinish it with this new fabric. This was the original cushion. This has to be at least 30 years old, maybe 40. It was covered in a vinyl and some of it was starting to crack. So now I'm going to recover it. Because my fabric has a pattern to it, I just want to make sure that it's going the same way as the other cushions that I made, where I have the pattern going across, so it'll all match. This fabric frays a little bit, so I'm going to tuck it inside, and then I'm just going to put a staple in it. So I'll fold that over a little bit, and I'm going to put a staple right in the middle, and I'm going to do the front and the back. So now I want to work on this corner. I want to take some of this bulk out. This is already a much heavier fabric than what I had on there before. I'm going to make sure I have enough fabric to cover this, and I'm just going to cut it here to get rid of some of this bulk here. I want to make sure there's enough to cover. Cut that piece right off. I think I'm going to cut a little bit more off because it's still a little bit bulky. Okay, so I trimmed that fabric. I'm going to pull it tight, and I'm going to put a staple in it to hold it here. I'm going to push that inside. Okay, I'm going to pull this nice and tight, and I'm going to put a staple here to hold it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Then I will pull this fabric up and staple that along the edge. So I'm just about at the next corner. I'm going to pull this fabric so it comes straight up. And just fold this over and put a staple in it. As you're putting these staples in, just make sure you're pulling the fabric nice and tight. Okay, so I'm at the next corner. So I've got this fabric tucked around the corner, and this is pulled in over it. And now, just holding that in place, I'm pulling the third piece over that. Give that a nice tight yank, and continue stapling. Look at how nice and neat those corners look. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. There, look how beautiful that looks. It's finished. Okay, on to the next. So here's one of the cushions from the rounded chairs. And again, it had the vinyl covering underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mimic what they did originally. They put the piece that they pulled the middle piece of fabric, and then they put the other 2 pieces over it. Can you see that? Okay, I cut the corner to remove some of the bulk. I'm just gonna pull this tight, put a staple in it to hold it. I'm going to work on this curve to make it look as nice as possible. What I'll do is remove a little of this bulk and just put some staples in here. That staple I had right there didn't go in too well, so I just used a hammer to hammer it in all the way. Okay, that looks good right there. So I'll put another staple to hold it in place. Just pull it nice and tight and you shouldn't have a problem. Smooth out any wrinkles that you see before you do it. And if you mess one up, just take it out and redo it. You might need to use some pliers to help you take them out. So now I'm coming around to this other side and I'm just going to give that a pull. It really takes no time. So here is my screen porch with my recovered seat cushions. You can see the ones here on the right are the rounded cushions and they drop in. The ones on the left and on the ends, and they just sit on top. But look how beautiful it looks together. Going outside, here are the cushions for the wicker chairs. And here is a view looking into the screen porch. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you got anything out of it, give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Maria Brown. Thanks for watching.